Alright, what is up guys? VV back with another video. And in today's video, we're going to have a little more fun than usual. We're going to be kind of mess around with some ideas that I think are largely unexplored in One Piece TCG. Okay, so let's just go ahead and dive right into it. We're going to be talking about attributes today. That's what you see on the screen here. Wisdom, special, ranged, slash, and strike in no particular order. Okay, those are attributes in the game. And this is what I mean by that. So this is just straight from the manual, straight from One Piece, the official site, and we're talking about attributes today. That's this little thing right here. That's an attribute. Okay, and they're largely unused in this game, even though every single character has one of these 5 attributes. And we'll go into more detail in a little bit. One thing I do want to draw attention to is this right here. This block symbol. I think that's interesting. Because I know some people have talked about this before, but it looks like there will be blocks in this game at some point. Definitely leave your comments in the comment section below about what you think about that. Because I'm not using this video to talk about that in particular, but I do think it's interesting going forward. It's a lot easier to balance a game, in future sets when you're going off of blocks. Okay. And if anyone has any questions about that, ask in the comment section below. I can go into more details about what a block is, how that works. Okay, so anyway, there are 5 attributes in One Piece TCG. They are, from what I understand, and someone correct me if I'm wrong, as is always the case, these are the only cards in the entire game that use these attributes. And it's buggy, where it says right here, this character cannot be KO'd when battling slash attribute characters and leaders. So slash being a, oh yeah, and I should have mentioned, if I didn't mention that, every character and every leader has one of these 5. Okay, so for Buggy here, he cannot be KO'd by slash type characters or leaders in battle. And then this one is the exact same thing. It's just a green version, but you guys know the difference. Red has the search on it. This is just pretty much vanilla. Okay, and it's a 3 cost versus a 1 cost. Anyway, not relevant to what we're talking about today. So here's my question. Why are these in the game, and what are their future plans for these attributes? Are they going to do more stuff like this? Because I do have, how do I say this? I don't have an opinion on what they're going to do. I have like a wish for what they would do. And that's what this video is going to be used for. I hope they explore more into this. And it might be too late for some of the ideas that I'm going to be putting out there in this video, but I'd like to know what you guys think about it. How far off am I? How crazy do you think I am? Is there a way to balance it? And ultimately, do you think it would improve the game? So, moving forward, let me actually go back to this one. Hang on one second, guys. I'm sorry to skip around because I have to go backwards first. There are only 5 different kinds of cards in the game, and only 3 can be in your deck. Only 3 different kinds of cards can be in your deck. So in other words, 2 of the cards are the leader and Dawn. Those are outside of your deck. So whenever you're putting a deck together, these are on the outside, right? Your deck will consist of character cards, event cards, and stage cards. Okay, so what I'm suggesting in this video, what I wish they would do, and I'm not saying they're gonna do this, guys. Please do not misunderstand what this is. This is more of like a brainstorming, theory crafting style video. Just like this would be interesting if they did this, one of those kind of videos. Okay, so what I would like for them to do is add more types of cards in the game. So in other words, not just character, event, and stage cards. What about like equipment? What about items? What about weapons, right? What about this? Hear me out. What about devil fruit? What about something like poneglyphs? And I'll talk about what I mean by all that in a second here. And just to give an idea of what that might look like, I just, inversed the colors on, cards in the game and did this and did some editing. This is just to give an idea. And I'll come back to this as well. Okay? And let me go back to, all right. So now back to this slide. All right. So I think it would be cool if each one of these, or it'd be interesting. It's just an idea. Again, this is just a fun video today, guys. This is not a competitive video. I'm not predicting what's going to happen in the future. This is just purely for fun. So wouldn't it be nice, though? Wouldn't it be cool if they added more types of cards to the game? For example, what if they added a type or had some type of association with each attribute. If each type had, or each attribute, these up here, slash, strike, special, ranged, and wisdom, what if they all had a type of card that they're associated most with? And not necessarily completely new. We still want the characters and events, but hear me out, especially on slash, strike, and special. What if slash characters could equip weapons? For example, this sword. I'm sorry, guys. I don't know. I just, Googled a One Piece sword. I have no idea what weapon this is. Okay, but it's just a cool-looking sword from the One Piece universe. So I was like, okay, throw it in there. Okay, what if strike characters could have a stage or some type of card, some type of event that would buff, like, hockey, some type of, like, hockey boost? And what I mean when I say that is, like, in other words, let me just use, for example, a 3-cost 5,000 power character, just a vanilla 3-cost 5,000 power character, similar to Buggy over here. But just pretend, okay, for this video, or for this example, excuse me, I will use, like, the slash example. So what if there was an item you could equip to a slash character? That's what Buggy is, right? Both these Buggies are slash characters. And it would need to be pretty pricey to be balanced, but what if you could actually equip an item to Buggy, and it'd be like, oh, this gives plus 2,000 power, just period. And let's say it costs 3 to come into play, and then that's permanent unless you KO this character. And then the question would become, well, does the item stay in play, similar to how artifacts work in Magic, or not? And again, they would have to balance it. I'm not suggesting the balance part of it. That's something that would have to happen. But I still think it'd be really interesting for slash characters to have some type of equipment that they can have, right? And then strike characters, some type of hockey engagement that they can have. With special characters, how cool would it be if they had devil fruits that they could mess around with and attach to their characters? And that gives special effects, right? And that's one more thing I should mention. Maybe with the slash stuff with weapons, it's a power boost, right? And with the strike type characters with hockey increase, maybe that can be some type of, I don't know, maybe these would be very similar, actually. Maybe the strike stuff would be similar to slash, where it is a damage boost of some type of power boost. But maybe it goes both ways. Like, so for example, maybe slash would be on your turn only, plus 2,000 power, or plus whatever 1,000 power the weapon gives. Whereas strike would be a lesser number than that, but it would be on offense and defense, whereas like plus 1,000 on your turn and plus 1,000 on your opponent's turn. And for the special type stuff with the devil fruits, instead of that being associated with power, maybe that could be associated with, like, effects, right? Like, for example, Kuzan, I'm sorry, I should have put this in here, but what about the 10-drop Kuzan that's in the game? Just a straight-up -5 to cost? Well, imagine if you could attach that to any one of your Navy characters that are special types specifically. Or maybe not even Navy, just to any of your special type characters. You'd be able to equip this devil fruit to them, maybe for a 5 cost. And as long as that character survives, well, now all of a sudden your opponent's entire side of the board's -4 or -5. They'd have, again, I'm not talking about the balance portion of it. That's something they would have to do. But just to give an idea of what the potential would be and why it would be strong. And then range, I got a picture of Ben Beckman here's his like pistol or whatever that is. Ranged, instead of having an item associated with that, what if this could just bypass blockers? Right? What if this could just bypass blockers or attack active characters? Because there are not a lot of ranged characters in the game currently. I'll tell you that much. There are not many. And then lastly, for wisdom, what if they associated this with the poneglyphs and created almost like an Exodia style win condition for an alternate win condition? Like, so in other words, as opposed to how Nami does her alternate win condition, what if they associated the alternate win condition to have something to do with the poneglyphs, where I'm just using this as an example, guys, bear with me. Like, oh, if you get all 5 of the poneglyphs in place, or in play at one time, then you win the game. And think about it, that would be a hard thing to do if you made them take up a character slot. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, okay, once you've got 3 poneglyphs down, you can only have 2 characters to protect your leader at that point. You see what I'm saying? And again, I'm just brainstorming here. I'm not saying any of this would happen, or, you guys know what I'm trying to say. Okay, and if there's any questions or comments, please don't be afraid to leave them in the comment section below. So yeah, I would like for there to be new card types, because ultimately, I do love the fact that One Piece is basic. It's very, and I'm not saying basic in a bad way. I'm saying it's very easy for new players to pick up and learn, right? They can learn it very quickly, and it's not a whole lot to take in, and the nuance and the complexity comes into the battle system, okay? Right, I get all that, 100%. But I will say this. The game is very character-based. So how do you make it less one-dimensional? How do we get to the second or third dimension in this game? And honestly, this is just my personal opinion. I think it'd be adding like equipment or enhancements, or whatever you want to call it, to the game. And or this alternate win condition with the poneglyphs. Why would you not use the poneglyphs in your card game if One Piece, you know, like think about how interesting the poneglyphs are in the One Piece universe, right? Because for those who follow my channel know, I don't actually watch the anime or read the manga or anything like that, but I do still keep up with a lot of it, and I read the fandom, right? I keep up with a lot of it like that and listen to spoilers and stuff. I'm not totally in the dark about it. And the poneglyphs are actually one of the most interesting things to me as an art historian, right? As someone who's, you know, who prides himself in being like basically an amateur art historian, with my major being history, well, my major being art with a focus on history. Like, this is the most interesting thing to me about One Piece, actually, is the poneglyphs and Oda's, you know, genius behind it all. But anyway, you guys get the point. And these devil fruits, how are we not experiencing or experimenting with devil fruits yet? And don't mind this text here if you can actually read whatever Japanese or whatever language this is in. I just copy paste straight from, I think this is from Guard Point. I think this one is, I don't even remember. I actually don't remember. And this is the same as Guard Point. Oh, I think this is 1,000 Sunny is what this is. Anyway. Okay, so now moving on to the last little bit here that I want to talk about. This is the current board of One Piece TCG. And, okay, I love it. Okay, character board up here, leader, stage, deck. You guys see here, leader, stage area, deck area, trash, cost area, Dawn deck, life. But, you know, there's 2 spots open right here, in my opinion. So, in other words, it would look like this. You got 2 spots open right here where maybe equipment goes here. Maybe Devil Fruit goes, or actually maybe Devil Fruit and equipment would be in the same slot where you'd have to actually pick, where you can't just load your deck full of equipment and Devil Fruit and so on. The game would still be character based, but you'd have a way to buff them outside of the stage card, right? I don't know. And again, I'm just brainstorming. And then maybe one of the other ones here would be for like, I don't know, you fill in the blank. You know, it would be something to come up with, some kind of new idea. But all right, guys. So that was it for the video. I ultimately just wanted to get this idea out there because I thought it'd be interesting. Because I just feel like these attributes are pretty much completely worthless currently. What do you guys think they're going to do with them in the future? Are they going to do something with them in the future where it's more than just what we've seen currently, like with this stuff here with Buggy? Or do you think that, you know, they're going to go another route with it? Because all of a sudden, I have to mention this, if they did tie something special in with each of the 5 attributes, by the way, I wish there were 6 attributes because there's 6 colors, then they could also tie an attribute to each color that has a strength, right? They could make strike red, slash could be green, purple, special could be black for like, you know, abilities and stuff like that with the navy type stuff. Range could be blue, wisdom could be purple, and yellow, I don't know. Again, and I'm just you know, improving here, guys, so bear with me. But I really wish there were 6 of them. But for the 5 that there are in the game, it would be nice if they could make it where there's a benefit to having them, because then for certain vanilla cards, like imagine if what I said was true. Imagine if ranged characters could actually attack past blockers. Right, like blockers can't stop them, or they can attack active characters, or however they would decide to do it. All of a sudden, a ranged character that is vanilla is very good, even though it's just a vanilla. So it would add another level of complexity to the game, while not being too complicated. At least not in my opinion. I don't think it would be. But y'all tell me what y'all think. And by the way, this could also go. They could tie this into effects, and there's a new card that's been spoiled. It was a Z card. I'm sorry, guys. I'm pretty unprepared for this video. Just recently, there's been a Z card that has been spoiled. And I have to... Hang on, guys. I'm sorry. I got to bring up my Discord over here and try to find it while I'm talking to y'all. And it's a card that shuts down effects. And then that card would become very powerful if all of a sudden your attributes counted towards like some of your effects. Right, okay, here's the card. I'm just going to read the card because I don't know how to actually even bring this up. Hang on, let me see if I can do this. Open in browser, maybe? I'm scared to do that. Okay, it worked out perfectly. Okay, 1 second, guys. No, it's in Japanese. I can't even read it like this. Never mind. Okay, I'm just gonna read it to you guys. So it's a Don -1 effect to nullify all abilities from up to one of your opponent's characters this turn. Then, if that character has 5,000 power or less, KO it. And again, it's too late to try and enact some of this stuff now. I get that. And again, the whole point of this video is a thought exercise, right? It's just to kind of brainstorm and think of like new ways to add more to the game. But that would allow effects like that to get even more value. Okay, anyway, so that's about it, guys. If you guys have any comments or questions or suggestions, I do want to know what you guys have to think about that. I want to know what y'all have to say about this, what y'all are thinking about it. And if, you know, what is your opinion on the game currently? Like, do you honestly think, like in the current state it is, with just these 3 types of cards, the character, the event, and the stage cards, do you think that's going to be enough to take the game into the future? Because in every TCG that I'm aware of, well, ones that survived, right, TCGs that survived, typically speaking, they add a card on, a card type. Like, for example, in Magic the Gathering, eventually they added Planeswalkers. And I think it was a good thing for the game. Some people might disagree. That's fine. And you know, with other games as well, I know they you know, like, I know with Yu-Gi-Oh! They add all kinds of different stuff with, like, fusion cards. And I'm no expert in Yu-Gi-Oh! Guys. Please don't misunderstand me. I'm not an expert in Yu-Gi-Oh! But I know that they like to add different cards or different types of cards every now and then to bring like a newness to the game, right? To revivify it, or to you know, rekindle players' desire to play the game, something new to try. And I think that they have a lot that is not explored. Because I'm going to be honest, I think the One Piece universe has just endless potential for, you know, directions the card game can go from that lore, right? And I'm a big fan of the game. Those who follow my channel know that. But yeah, anyway, so I'm going to leave it there, guys. Y'all tell me what y'all think. I thought this would be really cool. Again, I'm not saying they can implement this anytime soon, and I know it would be very hard to balance. But yeah, I just want to put this video out and see what you guys think. All right, guys, until next time. Oh, please don't forget to like and subscribe, and come hang out with us on Discord. We have a good time over there talking about One Piece 24/7. And yeah, that's it. All right, until next time, guys. Peace.